Hello and welcome to Speed Campaigning with the Palm Coast Observer. My name is Brian McMillan. I'm the editor of the newspaper, and I'll be your host. I'm here with Bob Cuff, who is running for Palm Coast City Council District 1. So welcome, Bob.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being with us. And this is going to go in three parts. First, we're going to talk about the big picture. Second, we're going to do a speed round where there's 11 questions, and Bob's going to have to answer these questions with only a number on a scale of 1 to 10. And then the last part is take two, which is where he can pick a couple of those questions and elaborate a little bit on what he meant by his number. So is that all clear to you? Any questions from you?
Sounds good.
All right, sounds good. So first off, how old are you and how long have you lived in Flagler County?
I'm 65 years old and I've lived in Flagler County for 33 years.
Very good. What is the thing you've accomplished that makes you feel like you're the most qualified for this position?
Well, aside from my historical knowledge of how the city of Palm Coast has developed over the 33 years I've been here, I'd say my two accomplishments are that I was the attorney for ITT here for the first 17 years and was actively involved in many of the major projects and decisions that have shaped the city to be what it is today. The other thing specific to the city that I've been involved in is for the last 9 years I've been a member of the Planning and Land Development Review Board, so that has helped me keep an eye on projects big and small that are coming into the city and how they're going to affect the future.
And what are your top three priorities in office?
My top three priorities, first I think, is to try to restore some civility and cooperation between Flagler County government, also some of the other municipalities in the area, agencies like St. John's, and the city government. I don't think that's a huge problem, but I hear over and over again from residents here that they think it is, and they're tired of seeing the sniping reported in the papers and in the public meetings and so forth. My second priority, I would say, is to support the existing city programs. One of the things that I think is important because of my historical perspective is the infrastructure of the city. I mean, our water and sewer system is a vital part of our ability to maintain our quality of life and expand in the future, our stormwater system, our roads, sort of the basics of running a city properly and making sure that we're able to pass on a functioning city to our children, grandchildren, and other generations. And then I would say the final goal would be to try to look for ways to be innovative and help Palm Coast stand out in attracting new business, attracting new residents. An area that I've been interested in is public transportation. That's always been a problem in Flagler County with our layout. It's a problem in Palm Coast because of Palm Coast's layout, and I'm not making any promises, but I've seen a lot of interesting programs around the country with, for lack of a better term, a cross between a conventional bus system and the ride-sharing Uber and Lyft type private companies. And so things like that, not just that, but the technology infrastructure, fiber optics, and so forth, as a way of promoting Palm Coast as a good place to do business.
Okay, well that's the big picture with Bob Cuff, and now we're going to go to our speed round. So I've got these 11 questions, and I just want to hear a number. How much do you agree with these statements? So 10, agree completely. 1,
Okay.
disagree completely. First is, the city and county governments have a good working relationship.
I'd say probably 5.
There is a duplication of service with fire EMS between the city and the county.
I'd say 4 on that.
The city and county should consolidate fire EMS, even if it might mean putting the county in charge as the lead agency.
I would say 1 for that.
The city will need to raise taxes to meet the needs of its citizens in the next 4 years.
I would say 3 on
The city charter should be reviewed by a committee of citizens.
5.
City council members' salaries are too low and should be raised to the level of a full-time worker.
I would say 3.
The city manager position has the right amount of authority to make the city run smoothly.
8.
Jim Landon is doing a good job at the city manager position.
7.
Hiring Buxton to recruit retailers was money well spent.
7.
The city's code enforcement department is too strict.
5.
And the last question, the city is doing a good job at being friendly to businesses.
I'd say 6 on that.
Okay, very good. So that's a speed round.
Yeah.
Now. What were we gonna say?
Asking a 40-year lawyer to do anything on a speed round is a risky business, but anyway.
All right, so now you get a chance for a little self-rebuttal or a self-explanation. So if you want to pick 2 of those topics or 2 of those questions that you gave answers to and give a short explanation of what they are, you can look at the
Well, I was just going to
list if you'd like.
see what
Yeah.
Well, I know there's been, and I think a couple of these are related, obviously. I do hear a lot of criticism about Jim Landon and the perception that the city manager's position, regardless of whether it's Jim Landon or somebody else, has too much authority. Under our form of government set up by the charter, which I'll try to tie into this in a minute, I think it's not the authority the position has that's the problem, if there is one. It's the supervision that the council exercises. The only 3 people the city council hires are the city manager, the city attorney, and the auditor. So, as I've said to a couple of other groups and when I've been speaking, to me, the city council needs to be the adult supervision for the city. And if there's a perception that the city manager or any of the other direct hires to the city council are exceeding their authority or not carrying out the priorities that the city council sets, then I think it's the job of the city council to deal with that, and to make sure that what they are setting as priorities are what the city government and the city staff are working on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we'll count that as 1.
Well, yeah,
You're
it's
good.
like I said, I can go on for quite a while, but you don't want me to, I don't think. The other issue, another issue which sort of covers the EMS, fire, and so forth, and the issue of consolidation. My feeling on that, having been here for 33 years, is what many people in Palm Coast probably don't know is Palm Coast had a consolidated government with the county 25 years ago because the city didn't exist. It only came into existence at the end of 1999. Now, that was a quarter of a century ago, and that's then and this is now, but I think the whole reason the city exists is because the residents of the city like the level of municipal services that the city can provide, and I haven't seen any evidence that consolidating any of those services with the county would necessarily save the taxpayers any money or provide better service for the same dollars. Having said that, I'm certainly open to exploring with the county government and the city council and the staffs of both agencies ways that we can cooperate better, because it's all tax dollars, and I don't think the citizens care whether the emblem on the truck is the city of Palm Coast or Flagler County when their house is burning down or they have a medical emergency or something like that. So I do think we need to coordinate it better, but I haven't seen any solid evidence that combining some agencies together would necessarily save money or improve services.
Okay, there you have it. There's Bob Cuff, Palm Coast City Council District 1 candidate. And on August 4th, you're going to get an elections guide on your driveway that will have all the candidates' answers side by side so you can compare. And don't forget to vote on August 30th. Thank you very much.